us today for Studio 512. Georgetown Art Center is ready to display a brand new exhibit. Here with all the details today are the center's Arts and Culture Program Manager, Amanda Still, alongside really cool local artist, Jay Muzak. We're happy to have you both. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Of course. All right, Jay, we're coming to you first.
Yeah.
This new exhibit called Texture and Time, this is your baby.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about
I've
it.
been working on it for a little over a year. It's actually kind of based on the Archetype series, and this is a series where I'm taking inspiration from typography and importantly the works of Christopher Wool in the 1980s when he would just do stencil letters on a blank white canvas. So I'm kind of taking that idea. I did a big Need Less, Give More mural down off of Rainey Street last year. So it's evolving out of that, and I'm just playing with like millennial, like myself, rap that I grew up on. There's Third Coast UGK, we got Tupac, Ice Cube, you got Tribe Called Quest, even Dead Prez. So I'm just kind of taking the roots of the musical culture as the archetypes that are like what we grew up on and like fundamental to the human experience of our generation.
And playing around with it.
Playing around with this new medium, yeah.
And you being a mosaic artist,
Yeah.
I think is really cool. Talk to me about why this is your medium.
I love repurposing. I love the creativity within constraints where I'm taking trash and repurposing it as treasure. I like to think I'm a kind of a DJ where I'm like, you know, instead of scratching with records, I'm sculpting with scraps and remixing raps, you know. I'm taking the things you might see on your floor, your kitchen backsplash, or your shower. I'm smashing that up or repurposing it, revisiting it, and kind of making order out of the chaos. So we're taking the waste and making something beautiful.
Well, and you've done that as well with your pants, which you said you wanted an opportunity to show off if you could.
These are the cyanotype mosaic pants I made with my friend Joey at the studio. We're going to have one of those workshops coming up too, so pretty fun.
Mosaic pants, pretty cool stuff. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so any of the inspirations that you want to touch on there, you're saying it kind of comes from being a millennial, the millennial experience.
Yeah.
Why rap involved?
That's just what I grew up on. And I think hip hop culture is very important because it's more than music. When you think about hip hop, it's people that were taking cardboard boxes and making a dance stage in the Bronx in the 70s. Kids that were having spray cans and making the world their canvas. So I think like it's very important that we realize the potential of creativity with those constraints like I was mentioning. Even in the hardest of times, imagination can set you free.
Oh, I love that. Okay, and you brought some samples for us today.
Yeah.
Can you walk me through some of the things that we're looking at? The really fun things.
Oh,
They're an
yeah.
avocado, a kitty face,
I thought
a
they're
boot.
super colorful. There's not going to be a lot of color in my exhibit, just I forewarn you. These are more Mosaic Workshop samples. So I run the studio in East Austin, Mosaic Workshop. We're open 7 days a week. And these are examples of projects you can come make. Little Texas, little boot. These are made by some of our studio assistants, Maggie, Litzy. My wife Yuki even made this cute one here on the right.
Oh, it's adorable.
So little coasters, you can come and, you know, sip a mocktail on a Friday evening and make a coaster with your friends, have a little craft afternoon. We've got tiles for miles and we're keeping Austin glassy, so this is what it's all about.
You're good at selling art. I'm impressed by
Love
this.
what I do.
Amanda, talk to us about how excited you are about this collaboration. It actually started a couple years back.
Yes, it did. So we're thrilled to continue to work with Jay. He's also a public artist, and he's done some murals for us. The first one he did was back in 2019. It was a mosaic mural in our municipal court, and that's where his mosaic practice in public art murals started to take off.
Yeah.
And then
in a mural space, it's just so many pieces to think
It
about,
was
Jay.
53,468, I believe. Yeah. we do the math on all the projects. We have to.
It's
to
crazy.
get a perfect fit.
To like,
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of want the like knowledge of like, hey, how hard did I work?
It's a lot of tiles, yeah.
3,000 pieces, wow. And I'm
Yes.
sorry, Amanda, go ahead.
Yes, no worries. So we had that mural project we worked on. We had a spray paint mural project on an exterior building that we worked on Jay with. And now we have him back at the Art Center for a fine art exhibition.
Yeah.
His opening reception is this Saturday, 4 to 6 p.m. at the Georgetown Art Center. And then he's doing an artist talk on Sunday at 2 p.m. And then a masterclass, a mosaic masterclass on August 22nd, a Saturday that you are able to register for.
What kind of things happen at a master class?
Well, the exhibiting artist will showcase their craft and their expertise and teach people how to do some of the things that they have done in their exhibit. So it's a great opportunity to learn and for Jay to show more people in Georgetown and surrounding areas how to do his mosaic technique.
What are
Yeah.
you planning for the master
So
class?
for this one, we're going to be doing 12-inch stepping stones, something you
Okay.
can live out in your yard as garden art. We're going to be smashing up tile. I'm going to teach you how to use some of the hand tools. It's going to be pieces revisiting sort of the works in the gallery, which are more desaturated using the recycled tile. So maybe not quite as colorful as these, just be forewarned, but something that's going to be just as timeless and lean into the texture as well.
Okay, really cool. All right. And can we talk about how long you guys will be open with Texture and Time and the location of Georgetown Art Center? Because I want to make sure people can find this lovely exhibit.
Right, so this exhibit will be up until September 6th, so about a month. The Georgetown Art Center is located in downtown Georgetown, 816 South Main Street.
Sounds good to me. And Jay, for anybody who hasn't seen your work up close before, what would you say to them about coming out?
Mosaic cannot be translated through photographs. It's art you can touch. We encourage people to interact with the art. And these pieces specifically for the show, which you just have to come see, they're really interactive because there's reflective quality to them. I use a lot of recycled mirror. So I think for all those reasons, you got to come see it in person. And I'll be waiting for you.
Sounds like a
Yeah.
lot of fun. All right. Congratulations
so
on the
much.
exhibit. We
Yeah.
really appreciate y'all's time. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Rosie.
you.
Thanks.
All right. For more information, visit georgetown.org/Georgetown Art Center. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Landers Premier Flooring. We are talking about what's new today, what's cutting edge when it comes to design in flooring with Stephanie Landers, the owner of Landers Premier Flooring. And the first question I want to ask Stephanie is, why are you guys the experts in flooring?
Well, Rosie, we've been here about a little over 20 years now. We're a local-based Austin family-owned company. We have a great staff who's got an average, are experts in their industry. They've got an average of over 10 years experience in the flooring industry. And we've got this beautiful showroom with over 6,000 square feet of carefully vetted products for you to choose from for your home.
So many sights to see. Let's talk about some of the things that you're seeing, though, that are changing, especially
Right.
when it comes to flooring. Let's maybe start with wood.
Yeah, well, we can start with wood and we can talk overall about the changes we're seeing in coloration. And we're really going from these blue grays to more of a grayish and working toward the midtones. And we're really getting away from that blue-gray color and everything's shifting a little bit more natural.
All right, talk to us about some of the other color trends you're seeing.
Sure.
And not only that, but plank size is changing a little bit.
Definitely. So we're still seeing a wider plank with 5-inch being the minimum, but we're seeing all the way up to 12 inches. With 8 inches being kind of the mid-range that we're seeing, and that's kind of where things are. And then colors, we're seeing these beautiful, rich caramel colors that you can see, you know, in the flooring, and that's something new that's changing in the design world overall too.
And then you told me pattern is something we're starting
Pattern
to
is
see.
awesome. It's just awesome. We're doing a lot of herringbones, chevron patterns, and custom design patterns, and it really gives a visual interest to it and adds a custom look to the house. You can do your entryway in that, and then you just put the regular planks on the rest of the wood throughout the house. So it really is a nice custom look for your home.
Let's talk about carpet for a minute if we can. You said the term to me, slow living.
Right. There's this whole slow living trend going on right now, and it's enveloping the design world too, where things are just being very calm. And so we're seeing the calming colors in the carpet, and we're seeing a lot of texture, a lot of layering, people putting rugs on top of wall-to-wall carpet, just getting that texture in their home and those nice, warm, back to nature kind of colors that soothe the mind. One of our favorites is cork. I mean, cork, long-standing, gives great durability, gives great cushioning underfoot, and it's so durable I even have cork shoes on. so yes, we just love our cork flooring, and so do our customers.
If someone's watching and they're thinking, okay, it's time, I need to address the
Yeah.
floors in my house, how can they get in touch with you?
Well, very easily, they can just stop in our showroom. We're conveniently located by the Domain in North Austin on Burnett Road. Come on in, we'll show you everything, we'll talk about your project.
Yeah, you're known for lots, including being on the cutting edge of flooring.
We
Really
try.
cool stuff,
Thank
Stephanie.
you, appreciate
Thank you.
Thank you, Rosie, appreciate it.
Visit the showroom in person or call to schedule a free consultation appointment at the number on your screen. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Landers Premier Flooring. Welcome back, everybody. It's time for new music and other happenings at Waterloo Records with our good friend Patrick Floyd. Patrick, good morning.
Thanks for having me in, Rosie.
Oh, it's always lovely to see you. Starting with Lido Pimienta.
Lido Pimienta, if you look, first of all, we must marvel at this skirt on the cover. Now, this is a double album, and there's at least 2 albums worth of mystery under this skirt and under the cover of this album. Lido Pimienta.
It is very impressive, by the way.
It is impressive. So,
Throwback to English courts.
English courts, but then she's from Colombia via Canada. So just kind of a whole hemisphere. But, you know, Colombia has always been a crossroads culturally, especially musically, and there's no predictability to Lido Pimienta. She's in conversation with timpani and French horns in an orchestral fashion before you hear hand drums and maracas that we might associate with cumbia. And there's just assured, unhurried. When there is electronic drums, they're not going fast. It's not more of that thumping reggaeton is a little bit present, but not nearly as much as you might expect. If I just said, here comes some Colombian music, and then you're in this sort of orchestral, you know, this yearning and composed vocal, it's just really special.
Wow, okay, and then it's 2 albums, as you said.
Yes, so it's there's 2 albums released together, and the first one, La Belleza, is more the orchestral beginning, and then did I just lose it? Caribeña, that one has more of a reggaeton sort of border on it. I guess.
So playing with a lot of different spheres happening on here.
Absolutely.
You said boundary pushing all the way. Okay, Spain Colored Orange, Confiding in Ghosts.
So Spain Colored Orange, this is a Houston-based band that is
love it.
Austin inclusive.
Sure.
So they've actually been a band releasing music they're going on past 20 years now.
Wow.
But it's been a few years. This one, it's a 6-song EP. It's just melodic. To me, and this isn't just in every lyric, there's something about it. This is music to forgive yourself to.
Wow.
So there's something gentle epiphany, and then just like a quiet revolution. And again, it's all so melodic. I said it's Austin inclusive. The drummer percussionist Keith Palumbo, who plays in Spain Colored Orange, I think on all but one song, they've played with a lot of Austin bands, from Austin's version of Gomez to Hans Mill, and I think this drumming is somewhere between Hans Mill and Folded Curves, but Keith Palumbo is really part of what makes this a special record. I think it's going to remind some listeners of American Analog Set, but I think the drumming and percussion is one of the places where there's a departure. But I do want to, these aren't consecutive lyrics, but they do rhyme, so it's a little confusing, but we're made to make mistakes and sin. That's just one sentiment. And the hardest part is to breathe again. So that's what I'm saying, music to forgive yourself. It's a special record. I do want to take a moment. Let's just take a look at the record. We said Spain Colored Orange.
You weren't kidding.
That's an orange.
That's Nickelodeon Orange.
We're going Nickelodeon Orange.
I've never
And
seen
again,
it.
this is a special record. I'm excited that we're able to carry it. And it's just 6 songs, but it delivers a lot in that 6
Delivers
songs.
a lot in just a small amount of time. Okay, and a local artist, Parker Woodland.
So Parker Woodland, we went from Austin inclusive to just Austin. They played an in-store just 2 Fridays ago at Waterloo, and it was cathartic. It was anthemic. It was sweaty. There were shimmering guitar leads that were succinct. They had the room activated. We had dancers dancing. Everyone was into it, and I was so excited. And what I'm excited about now, they did have a conversation with Gus Ochoa, who does our Everybody Gets 15 Minutes podcast. That's one of the ones upcoming that I can't wait to hear, because their conversation before this tremendous in-store is another thing I want to dive into with Parker Woodland.
Okay, and what would you say musical genre is here?
Oh, well, it's definitely there's a grandeur to it. That when I say that there's a pop punk sensibility, I don't think that always says grandeur, but I think there's classic songcraft with definitely the energy of sort of pop punk, but it's definitely something to move and sweat to, and then just the sentiments that land. Like I said, catharsis is not something I use lightly, but there's catharsis on this record.
I'm really impressed by this, and I love the way you talk about music. It's just my favorite. Okay, Cold Brew and Browse. Let's talk about this.
So Cold Brew and Browse. So we're almost 1 year in at Waterloo's new location at 11th and Lamar. One of the innovations, along with Gus's podcast, is we have a cafe where we have cold drinks in the cooler, cold drinks on tap. As we approach our 1 year anniversary, we want to do Cold Brew and Browse. We have Third Coast Cold Brew Coffee. And if you come in and get any cold brew coffee, we're going to give you a grab bag of 5 movies for free. So this one, all of these are connected by You Make Me Want to Dance. This one, pirates, bandits, and scoundrels.
Lovely.
So you're just gonna have a cup, you can browse the whole store, and it's just the cold brew and browse element of it is just, that's a place you can go now when maybe some of your favorite coffee spots, the outdoor seating may not be as hospitable. Come into Waterloo, get a Third Coast coffee on tap, browse the whole store, but don't forget to grab your DVDs that are just free with coffee. Who else is getting free DVDs with coffee?
5 free DVDs of all things. Okay, we're in our last minute, so let's remind everybody about Mid-Wednesday Team Trivia.
Mid-Wednesday Team Trivia. So August 12th is our next one. Our general theme, we're at the bookend of summer. So our theme of cruel summery. So you hear the summer, you hear we're at the edge of it, but if you think historically, it's those bookends of summer that have so much the disproportionate sizzle and the heartache and adventure. Those first couple weeks in summer, those last couple weeks, and we are right there in that sizzling heartache bookend of summer. Cruel summery.
Cruel summery. And it's a lot of fun just to go out there and you don't have to know everything about music in order to play along.
Multiple choice, mostly music. If there's guessability, it's silly, it's subjective, we're gonna have fun.
It sounds like a lot of fun to me. Okay, Patrick, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. Okay, just a reminder, everybody, that Waterloo has moved only a few blocks north, as you heard, celebrating on 1 year now. Visit them in person on Lamar Boulevard or check them out online, waterloorecords.com. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by CRS Marble and Granite. If you're looking to put natural stone, porcelain, or quartz in your home, CRS Marble and Granite wants to make sure you find the right fit. Zachary Cortez is here with some tips for us today. My very first question for you, Zach, is what makes CRS Marble and Granite different than other countertop suppliers?
So here at CRS, we kind of handhold the client to choose the material that they're interested in. We give them the pros and cons of everything and kind of make it an easier process so it's not so stressful.
Well, and I know you guys are expanding at this time, so it's more important than ever that you guys are one-on-one with clients. But that's
yes.
really important to you.
Yes, definitely, yeah, because it can be an overwhelming experience when you first walk into a showroom. So.
Well, and I'll say the showroom is absolutely gorgeous, even just what we're standing in front of here. What am I looking at?
So this is a quartzite called Cristallo, and it's one that you can backlight. People have done for countertops, you know, bar areas, so it's a really unique stone.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah,
okay. How is the inventory in your warehouse sourced?
So everything is sourced from all over the world. Our owners go out to the quarries and get to select the blocks that they bring back for us to sell to clients.
All right, let's talk about how many countertop options there are out there today. As you said, it can be a touch overwhelming if you don't have the right help. How do clients know what material is right for them?
So we kind of ask them questions as we're walking. We kind of see what they're kind of gravitating towards, very low maintenance options such as quartz, or if they're wanting something a little more unique and timeless, to do natural stone. So it just depends on the project, and as we're walking with the clients, we kind of get an idea of what they will like.
What's trending right now in design?
So right now, neutrals and warm tones have been very popular for the last couple of years. I know a couple of years ago it was whites and grays that kind of went out of style. It'll come back eventually, but right now the neutrals and warm tones. One of the most popular stones is Taj Mahal. It's a quartzite, and that one is a very highly sought after material. That one that is just durability wise, it works, and it's timeless and elegant in design, so you can't go wrong.
Well, we've talked about natural stone, we've talked about quartz. What would be a situation where someone might want porcelain?
So porcelain is another option. It's been fairly recently more popular over the last couple of years. People like to do it for fireplace surrounds, backsplash shower surrounds, but it also can be used as a countertop.
Do people need an appointment to come in?
So that's a good thing. No appointment necessary. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturdays 9 to 2, and then we're at North Austin, 2301 Scarborough Drive, Suite 360. People can just walk in anytime.
You guys do great work here. I'm so appreciative. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Stop by the showroom Monday through Saturday to see what stone fits your needs and see everything they have to offer at crsgranitetexas.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by CRS Marble and Granite. Okay, just when you thought you've seen Austin's barbecue scene, we've got another standout to add to your list. Joining us now are the owner and operator of Church Road Tejas Barbecue, Simon Madera, alongside pitmaster and chef Miguel Vidal. Guys, good morning.
Good morning. Morning, how are you?
Really good. Happy you guys are here, and it's smelling amazing in the studio. I love a good brisket. Okay, Simon, we're starting with you. Talk to us about Church Row and what folks can look forward to on the menu.
Well, as you guys know, a lot of people know Miguel. It's the Tex-Mex barbecue. We do craft barbecue and give it our little Latino Tejano twist. And yeah.
May I ask what a Latino Tejano twist would be?
We do the salsas, we do the spices and the chiles, and it's barbecue, but it's kind of spun with fun guacamole and spices.
And you've been owning restaurants for 15 years now. So talk to me about what makes this concept different.
Well, it's different because we have someone like Miguel on the team, right, as our chef and partner, and he brings such a dynamic to barbecue, right? And so we
You're getting bragged on, Miguel.
and it's to eat it that we grew up in South Texas. I lived in McAllen, Texas as a kid, and we grew up eating backyard barbecue with tortillas and with salsas, and it speaks to our heritage. It's special.
Amazing. Yeah, and we do have salsas here. We have tortillas here. That is something that makes it stand out a little bit. Miguel, talk to us about your brisket smoking process. I know you can't give all your big secrets away, but tell me a little bit about how long you smoke, the kind of wood you use, that sort of thing.
Well, to kind of touch on what you asked Simon a while ago, like what makes it unique or what makes it Tejano or whatever, I feel like utilizing mesquite wood, which we're probably one of the few or maybe one of the only one or two places that use mesquite wood for long cooks on brisket. I think that hits that dynamic of South Texas and brings a certain flavor that's unique when most of Central Austin's using post oak.
Okay.
So it's like opposite notes there, The wood burns really hot. You just have to control the fire, make sure you put in the right pieces of wood in. We go about 12, 14 hours on our brisket. Nice. And while most Central Texas is doing salt and pepper or maybe salt, pepper, garlic, we make a red rub, which is kind of a blend of salt, pepper, garlic, and some chili spices. So that's kind of another addition that makes it unique. Making homemade flour tortillas and just kind of trying to represent what I feel like is true Tejano cooking and that's done around Texas.
Which is amazing. Okay, and you want to demo for us how to slice brisket. I was told off camera that lean and moist exist in the same cut. Is that true?
Oh yeah, because you have the point and then you have the flat, which is otherwise known as the lean and moist. Right around here in the center, we're going to cut it right down the middle. And now you'll see
I could watch
textures.
this all day. Yeah.
And I'll slice a few.
Oh, it smells incredible. So this has.
You're gonna have some?
I would love to have some. People are going to see a lot of rub in my teeth, but. And so I see that you're slicing it kind of on different sides of the grain, so to speak. Talk to me about that.
Okay, so you have the deco that runs through the center of the brisket, and you'll have the muscle where it changes. So when you're slicing the fatty part, you're gonna wanna cut the opposite way of the lean because the muscle tenders to have two different textures there. If you were to slice this way, it's gonna shred up and not look nice.
Ah, okay.
So here you have our moist, and here you have lean brisket.
The lean brisket happening at the same time. Okay, I can see what you were talking about him being such a pro. He knows his stuff. Okay. What can people mess up when they're smoking brisket, Miguel?
I mean, I can mess up by not paying attention, right? But I think when you're cooking at home, one of the biggest things I think people make mistakes on is under seasoning, number one. I think they're afraid that they're gonna over salt or not have enough seasoning on it, and a lot of times, just my own experience with friends and family, they under season and it doesn't create the bark. It doesn't set.
And the bark is so important. That's the good stuff.
Right, it's a big piece of meat, so you gotta make sure you're kind of heavy on the rub. Use some sort of binders. People like to use mustard, olive oil, whatever. Wet the brisket first and then put your seasoning on. If you can get your hands on 16 mesh pepper, kosher salt, those are really good ingredients to use to create the bark. And I think this time and patience and really controlling the fire and keeping it constant heat.
And is it constant high heat, constant low heat?
Well, it depends on how you want to cook, right? You can cook, there's great people that do high heat and cook briskets in 8 hours. I like kind of going low and slow. I cook about 250. And for me, it just makes the brisket a little bit more tender, a little bit, gives it a little bit more flavor, especially, I like the long cook on it, hot and fast. Just different styles for different people. But.
Gotcha. Well, I'll tell you, your style is looking really good. I'm going to let you plate up while I ask a little bit, Simon, about what else comes with the brisket when you guys eat at church roast.
So we do the pulled pork, right? We have all the traditional craft meats: the brisket, the pulled pork, the chopped brisket. We've got we don't do turkey. We
Okay.
do whole chickens that we smoke and we pull.
And this is chicken.
This is
Yeah,
one
these
of
are
our
chicken
appetizers.
thighs.
Oh, it looks absolutely amazing.
And so those are smoked thighs that then he finishes off with some habanero mustard, which is this, and then a homemade barbecue sauce. And then he uses agave to kind of like char the outside. It's just a really fun, dish that's that's barbecue, but it also caters to a lot of people that don't want to eat fatty food.
And the salsa on top real quickly.
That's our gangster salsa. 'Cause it's
Okay,
so
let's hear
good.
it.
It's a blend of tomatillos, poblano, onion, habanero, serranos, tomatoes, and garlic. And it gets charred and smoked. All the veggies get charred and smoked. So it's a fire roasted salsa.
It sounds
A little
delicious.
bit of heat. And
Okay.
this would be our signature taco, La Valentina.
It looks amazing. Only open since October 2025. I'm hoping people flock to you. We'll have to leave it here, guys. Thank you both so much.
Thank you very much.
All right, for more information, visit churchrowbarbecue.com.
The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by the Parker Publishers. Don Valley is a pilot who has taken his own background and put passion to paper in his debut novel called Flying Into Darkness. He joins us now to tell us more about this book. Don, let's start with this. So walk me through the first 60 seconds of a takeoff. What do you see? What do you hear? How does your body feel? And then tell me how much of that experience is actually on the page within this book.
That experience is exactly what's written in the book.
Yeah.
As far as it comes to my character Evan's first time flying when he went for his introductory flight, he was all excited about going for this flight and learning how to fly, and he was in the airplane, taxied out to the runway, and then his instructor took off, and he was excited and he felt good until he looked out the window and looked down at the ground, and his stomach flip-flops, and he realizes he's afraid of heights, and he didn't think you'd be able to learn how to fly. That's exactly how I felt on my introductory flight. I didn't think I'd be able to learn how to fly.
You know, most authors or novelists kind of have one sentence that they're maybe afraid to leave in the book. Is there one that stands out like that for you that you did leave in?
Geez, I don't know the exact sentence, but it's when at the end of the book when the character is standing in the prison yard and he looks up and he sees a plane fly over and he realizes he'll never be able to be free and fly again. And I could never imagine not being able to be in an airplane flying.
Yeah. For you, what made you willing to put something that you were so passionate about and so good at kind of, in a different perspective within the book?
Well, I had this story in my head for a long time about a pilot who becomes a serial killer. And I wasn't sure how I could convince a reader that this pilot would actually fly places to commit his murders.
Yeah.
And then I remembered my angel flight, and that gave me a reason to fly to different cities around the Northeast when I lived up there. And I figured, well, I can put that in the book, and that gives them reasons to go there.
So something I love about a book is when it really is a conversation starter, right? Or it causes two sides of a very specific topic. And for you, it's very Team Evan or Team Never Evan, which is interesting. So what's something that you kind of hope the readers are left thinking about, or just something they take away after reading this?
Well, the character Evan was very capable in hiding who he was. And I think it'll make people think that they don't really know who they're working alongside or standing next to or even married to. I mean, do you really know the person?
Yeah. Don, anything else that you want people to know about this book?
No, just that I had fun writing it,
Yeah.
and I really enjoyed it.
Okay, very cool.
And it's my debut novel, and I never thought I'd write a book.
Well,
And
congratulations
here it is.
on it. It's very exciting. People can get their own copy of it. Don, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
Learn more by visiting DonValleyAuthor.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by the Parker Publishers.
Hey guys, if it's too close to school for a little road trip, how about a stop instead at a retro-style diner serving breakfast and lunch? Chef Corey DiPaola and Keegan Coyle are here from Toasty Badger to tell us more, and I will tell you both that I have someone in the office who is a big diner fan.
Oh, yay.
He gave you guys big ups this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Lovely to have you both. Keegan, we'll start with you. Talk to us about Toasty Badger and y'all's vibe.
Absolutely. So Toasty Badger is going to be a 70s themed diner right on South Congress. So steps away from all the shopping. We are just right up the road, right before the new HEB. So you can pop in at any point, go shopping, come see us, and get diner classics as well as some twists on some new classic dishes. With that being said, we have the entire diner decked out in complete 70s vintage vibes. We want you to come in and feel like you're taken back in time, and at the same time, feel like you're a part of the community, right? Like back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, there were no phones. We weren't distracted by that many things. So it was a lot of just like togetherness and community and being a part of your local community. And so that's really what the heart of Toasty is about. And so with all of that, we have delicious food here for you today. And we're located at 2206 South Congress Avenue.
Sounds good to me. I like that it's a throwback to the 70s. You don't hear that very often for restaurant concepts, but I will say, looking at your marketing materials, it's a very cozy vibe. I think it's really cool. Okay, Chef Corey, talk to us about what's on the menu, including some of the things that we see in front of us today.
Sure. So at Toasty Badger, we focus a lot on doing food that's really simple but comforting and nostalgic. We pretty much do everything there from scratch, so there's a lot of focus that goes into the preparation, which is what makes things kind of unique. But the whole idea is to bring people together so that you can build memories and just relax at a table. So,
okay. And does that mean traditional diner favorites?
It does mean some traditional diner favorites, yes.
Okay, and a couple of twists as well.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. What do we have in front of us today?
So this is going to be our avocado toast. So we have some toasted sourdough from one of our local bakeries with avocado spread on top. We top that with a little bit of salsa matcha, so we're adding a little bit of that kind of Texas flair into there. We have some confit tomatoes, which are really beautiful. They're nice and in season right now. And then we top it with a nice crispy seed topping that has, some sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, and then a little micro cilantro as a garnish on top.
Okay, so I think everybody's just picked up on the fact that, like, yes, this is a diner, but it is elevated because if you're using the word tomato confit, like, officially we've moved into finer dining.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I guess you guys didn't know this, but pancakes with chocolate chips, my favorite thing on the planet.
It's mine too.
Is it yours too?
Every time I go in there to eat, I can't leave without ordering one myself.
Okay, what do you have over here for this pancake?
So every month we do a new pancake of the month, and this one is our s'mores. So we have a marshmallow crema that's spread on top, some graham cracker, and then chocolate chips, of course.
Lovely.
So nice, comforting,
and
nostalgic
kicking it back
favorite.
to summer. That's perfect. So it's going to change up every month, which means we are towards the end of the s'mores pancake.
So the last couple of days to get it.
Okay, can you give me a hint as to what's coming next, or do we know?
Top secret.
Top secret. Check out socials though.
Okay, find out on social media. That's a good place to go. All right, what we want to see today is a watermelon salad, something nice and refreshing. Talk to me about what's going on here.
So as we all know, it's very hot outside, and so the inspiration for this dish was to do something that's light and refreshing and gonna kind of cool you down a little bit. It's very common for people to eat cucumbers and melons with tahini. It's like a little snack that people enjoy a lot.
Sure.
So what we've kind of decided to do is turn this into a little salad dish. So I'm actually gonna demonstrate it here. We're gonna take a mix of a couple of different melons, and then we make our own jalapeno vinegar in-house.
So I'm going to say I was wrong to say watermelon. It's different types of melon. So I'm looking at honeydew, cantaloupe, a couple of different types.
Correct. So we kind of let that marinate for just a little bit, and then we take some whipped queso fresco to give it some creaminess on the bottom.
Queso fresco, not necessarily an ingredient I would have chosen, but I'm guessing it brings a little bit of saltiness to what's going on.
Indeed. And the texture, it really helps with the texture a lot. It adds that like creaminess to it.
Sure.
So then what we do is we will put our melons down in this queso fresco.
And what was the vinegar that you put it in? So it's kind of a quick pickle, right?
Kind of, yeah. It's a jalapeno vinegar, so it adds a little brightness and spice to it.
Lovely.
Which kind of brings it to life a little bit. And then what we'll do is we will garnish with some cucumbers.
Okay, so this is looking like the healthiest thing I could have probably eaten in the last 2 weeks.
It's so good.
It's so good. it's like I said.
And the
it's-
jalapeno really brings out the natural juices of the melon as well. So
Yeah,
it's
you kind of do
perfect.
both when you do that with the spiciness and something that's naturally sweet, and a little red onion for an extra flavor kick.
That's right, and a little bit of color as well.
And although we have these really fun dishes, and Chef Corey likes to talk about them with his chef terms, I would say we're definitely more of an affordable diner. Anyone and everyone, like we have so many regulars. We are very local, community driven. We partner with the community a lot, especially around South Congress. So this is affordable for the whole family.
I love to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay, I've identified most elements that you've put on there, Chef Corey, including the jalapeno bits, which look awesome. But what are you putting on top now?
So, as I was mentioning before, tahini is a pretty common thing to put on there. So
Yeah.
what we've done is we've made our own. One of my favorite flavor combinations is Urfa chili flakes and melons.
I've never even heard of them.
So it's a Turkish chili flake. It has this like tropical flavor, so it complements really well. So we use the Urfa as the chili in the tahini.
Okay, lovely. And then you're just garnishing on top?
And then we just put a little bit of mint on there just to
Fresh mint.
brighten it up even more.
A very green dish. Your belly is going to be happy after having something like this, especially if you started with the pancake like I would.
That's right.
Okay, let's talk about what's going on for monthly programming. Keegan, can you help me with
Yes,
that?
absolutely. So tonight, actually, we have brought back our book swap dinner. It's $35 and you get 3-course meal. Meanwhile, we're also playing White Elephant with your book. So you bring your book in, we wrap them up, we write the genre on it, you can draw a little picture if you want, and then everyone sits down, we start our salad course, and we go through all of our courses, and then we play White Elephant. So you grab a book, you unwrap it, you show the class, and then you have the option to steal a book, so it gets a little competitive, a little juicy, if you will. But it's a really great time. You always leave with a new friend, and it's really just one of those nights that, like, it's a Thursday night, come hang out with us, come make a new friend, grab a little cocktail, if you will, and just have a good Thursday and make new friends.
I love that.
Yeah, so
and
fun.
A blind book swap. Not something I've heard of before, but
It's
a really good way to
new.
grow
Yeah.
a community. Okay, we'll leave it there, guys. Thank you both so much. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you so much for having us.
Make a reservation online today, or you can stop by loboshospitality.com. Content segments during Studio 512 were paid for by Landers Premier Flooring, CRS Marble and Granite, and Parker Publishers.